let's start Abigail. Okay, so I will give it A for effort with creativity, but D for the fact that it's vampires and the fact that there is only so many ways you can play with vampires. I mean, since the dawn of cinema, there's been vampires. There's been Dracula, Nefertiti, pretty sure I butchered that man. There's been Twilight, there's been Anne Rice, there's Interview with the Vampire, right? Every vampire story has the same shtick. You kill it with a stake, you kill it with sunlight, you kill it with garlic, you kill it with a cross, you kill it with holy water. They've all got the same shtick, right? Which is why it fails on that spectrum, because it plays with the safe zone. It's stuck with vampires, which means it could not go anywhere else. It's creative with the fact that it's a ballerina, it's a little girl, it's a little fucking ballerina vampire. 12-year-old fucking ballerina vampire. Okay? Also, I know this movie is not Australian, but with the way that they said the word fuck every second word, it's an Australian thing. I was like, oh, I cannot unhear this. This is too Australian. And by the end of it, I was like, do you guys know how to say any other word besides the word fuck? Like, can you guys shove in a shit or a bullshit or you know, this is dog? I don't know, something else other than the word fuck. Because I was like, can we just erase that from the English language? Okay, so look, it's creative. I will give you that. But I got bored. But I still hung on. Now I can see why people compare this to Ready or Not, because Ready or Not has the exact same ending as this movie. I mean, there is a slight difference because Samara Weaving's not in this, but they do have the exact same ending. Near exact copycat, right? The one thing that I hated about this movie, we already knew in the trailer that there was one twist, right? But there is more twist to go as the movie goes on, and towards the last half of the movie, it gives you more twists. There is one twist that really pissed me off because I feel like it's an overused, cliched one that at this point I feel like should just be written out of horror movies, let alone movies in general, and it plays with daddy issues. Once you revealed that fucking daddy issue, I was done. I was like, seriously? We're playing with, alright, cool. Like, that ruined the rest of the enjoyment of this movie for me. The first half of the movie and the second half of the movie feel like two different movies, yet somehow manage to be the same movie. Which makes sense because you are led to believe one thing. The trailer leads you to believe one thing. The first half of the movie, you're sitting there going, so when does the vampire show up? You're sitting there going, hold on. What? I got told this is a vampire story, where's my vampire? Then it gets to the last half of the story and you're like, there's my vampire, I got the vampire, I'm happy. But look, like I said, it's creative, but it feels way too safe. I love the Tchaikovsky classical scores being played in. As someone who has like a little soft spot for classical, I loved it. I loved the creativity behind Ballerina and the fact that they used ballet dance moves, and they used that in their fight sequences as well, which is incredibly clever, but it still played the safe zone because you touched fucking vampires. Vampires only have so far to move. They're like chess pieces. Okay, you've got your safe little chess pieces, your pawns can only go this direction, your king and queen can go that direction, your horse can go that direction. It's a fucking vampire. Vampires are chess pieces. They can only move so far before you're bored, which is why I said it's a safe zone. But, like, it's an enjoyable movie, don't get me wrong. I did like it, but it's just too safe. And I feel like that when you play with horror movies, you need to branch out. You need to show people that there is more to the safe zone. And I get that this isn't a franchise, this isn't based on an existing IP. This tried to be creative and this tried to be refreshing and new. And it tries to. But like I said, the vampires bring it fucking down. But look, it is a good movie. I'm not gonna lie, it is a good movie. And I can see why people love it, and I can see why people are comparing it to Ready or Not. But it just feels too safe. But anyway, that was Abigail and my long, weird, repetitive review.